Hello and welcome to DAHCKRAM Studios. Today we're going to do a cage build for my new toy here. It's the Sony NX80. So this is cool, but I want to have a cage. I can carry it around if I want to. Something similar to a gimbal, but not a gimbal because it doesn't really do any axis changing. This is the Neewer, however you want to say it, Aluminium alloy cage for video cameras or DSLR cameras. So let's just crack this thing open and put it together. Maybe. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see what we got in this box here. We've got, looks like some rails, 15mm rails, sliders. Got the little locks on them. Nice. All right, put that down there. Let's see what else we got here. We got a handle. Definitely need that. That goes on top of the cage. A manual or a book, instructions, which are probably wrong because they're done in Chinese. This is the cage itself right here. And you put the handle on it and the rails underneath it, and they give you some hardware to put it together. So there's a couple Allen wrenches and some screws or bolts, whatever you want to call them, put together. So I got this knowing that the camera would not fit in here because of the clearance. This handle can come off the camera, but I wanted to have the XLR hookups on it. So I bought some other little things to go along with it, planning ahead. So hopefully everything works out the way I expect it to. So we'll put the camera back over here, and to add to what I need to do first, I think, is I got these SMALLRIG brand is the name. They're just basically 15mm extensions. So I'm going to take those 15mm extensions, they're like 2 inches, and I'm going to add them into here and move this plate down. So I have basically another 2 inches that would make the camera fit inside it. So to do that, along with those extensions, just use your male-to-male /20. Add on little things you can buy, a 6-pack of them. I'll put the link in the description to all these little parts, but I'm pretty sure that's going to work for what I need it to. Standard /20. I guess the first thing I'm going to have to do here is take this bottom stuff off here. Crack that one. Crack that one, and don't want to lose any of my screws, hopefully. And we're going to spin this out. There's one. Keep that over there. Spin this one out. Keep that over there. Alright, so now we're going to put this down so it's facing the right way. Put it back on. Screw one of these buggers on here. Screw one on here. Alright, then we should take our little poles, extenders, screw that down, screw this one down, and they're nice and tight. And then we go back with this. Put this on here, get one going by hand, same here. Get that going. And do it with this. Alright, so now that's nice and snug. And now we got a bigger cage, and look at that. It's gonna fit in there beautifully. Some little clearance too. All right, so let's finish putting this stuff together here. We've got the bottom rail, screws on here. It's got to be these little screws. So let's get those in there. They screw in and screw in there, so you got to do that exactly perfect, or else they're not going to screw together right, because it's going two things metal to metal. If you don't get the threads exactly right on there, it's going to push apart, I think. Alright, so there's no thread sticking out. Alright, so they're right flush there. And this is going to have to go on here. But exactly perfect. See, that's what I was talking about with the threads. If you don't get the threads exactly right, it's going to want to push apart. So it's a little wobbly. Not wobbly. Back this one out. First one's in fine. Let's push this down and get it on there. See, it's still, it's going to want to be wonky. I'm going to do the back one first. On the way, you should never thread to thread like that. You're going to never get the right results unless it's perfect. Let's turn around the other way, see what happens. That one's nice and tight. You don't get them exactly right. There we go. So now, you couldn't notice, but when the screws were in there, there's a little bit of clearance, and this could wobble. Now it doesn't move at all. So if you put one of these together, make sure you got the wobbles. It's because you got to screw it in exactly right. And now it's on there good. So, all right, so that ordeal's over there. No big deal. This is sweet. I like this. All right, so now we got two more screws to put on here. Those drop down all the way through. They're not thread. That's cake. Now I'm going to put it somewhere in here on the second. You can put it wherever you want. It's up to you. I want it all the way on the edge, so I don't want it all the way in front. And now we're going to wrench these down. All right, so now we got this guy all locked down. One more little quick turn. All right, so now we got a cage. Nice and sturdy. Pretty badass, actually, I think. I like the way it's looking here. So I didn't use any of these other screws that came with the small rig post because that's all I needed. So this right here now can hold this camera in here. Now I did look at this thing before I bought where the mounting point of the camera was. And if I put this on here, I'll show you. It fits from top to bottom, no problem. But for this specific camcorder, probably most of them, the mounting point is right in the middle. So if you open up the door, you really can't get it open all the way. It's sitting right here on this pole. I don't like that. I want it sitting a little further back so I can turn it if I need to. So that goes to the next part that I bought, planning ahead. Let's go ahead and take the camera back off here. And this part's pretty cool. It makes the cage. Alright, so we got the camera off again. And we're going to do another little unboxing here. This is a CAMVATE quick release mount. Alright, so it's basically almost, I think, like a tripod head mount if you want to put it on there. Or you can put, it's got the 15 millimeter rails to go in there. So I can slide on those rails and it'll give me a place to mount the camera further back and also higher up or down if I wanted to. So, looks like they give us, this looks like basically a Manfrotto plate for a Manfrotto tripod. I believe it's compatible with it at least. So it slides in there. It's got good lockdown. And it can't fall out. It's got a button to press to get out. It can go up and down on these bars here, and obviously slide on the 15 millimeter rails we'll put on there. But first, it looks like we gotta do a little, came with a free little puzzle. Because I don't need this size, I need the 1/4-20 only to put my camera on there, so. Get it out! You have to unscrew this little guy. So it comes out, and then you come over here, and this still won't come out. You gotta unscrew this guy till he comes out. Now you just got the one that you want on there. And then you put this back on down the hole. Maybe. Come on. It's the right way. Turn. Alright, there we go. So you get that down, tighten him, and we're good to go. So now you got one floating thing with the size that you want. And now it's locked in there. So I suggest you put all this stuff in the bag it comes with and remember where it is. Alright, so now let's see here. Let's get this mounted on our thing. Grips forward here. Let's loosen these rails a little bit. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I'm going to back them off here just a little bit. Alright, so now in theory, this is the way I want it to go. It'll just slide on here. Look at that. That's perfect. And I can raise or lower this to whatever I want. But I think I want it all the way up. And I think the camera should still fit in there. Otherwise, I can go up and down with it later. It's no big deal. I just turn these. So that's on there. Locking that on the rail. Locking that on the rail. Now that's freaking solid. Look at that. Now we can just take this plate off here and drop it on our camera. One thing I don't like is, I guess a lot of things are like that nowadays, is it doesn't have the whatever butterfly or the flip out mount screw. It's got use a coin or a screwdriver, or just test it right now. Finger tighten. Alright, so that's finger tighten. Looks like it's straight on there, okay. Now we can drop this on here. Boom, it's on there. Lock it down, put it back a little bit. Alright, now it's nice and tight on there, straight on there, and now I can open this door and it's got clearance. I can manipulate it. And it can still be held. Maybe. Yes, it can still be held. You can see the screen. Awesome. It's not too heavy either. You can just grab it like this. And still not done. Got more toys besides this. You know, I can put my shotgun mic in here, but you can also mount. There's all kinds of quarter-20 mounting things on here. You can put whatever the hell you want on top of there. So I'm not going to do it right now for this video. I think we're done here. But you got these cold shoe mounts also. You can just pop them right on top of there. And maybe I'll do that and just show you what, once I'm done with these, drop them on there and show you with the video light and the microphone on it here in a few minutes. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll just snap to it. Cool. See you in a second. All right, we're back. I put all the cold shoes on this cage and got it on this cute little tripod here. You can take a look at this rig. It's pretty nifty, I think. And you could strap all kinds of other stuff on here if you wanted to, but I just put my deity microphone on there with this RGB light. So if you want to light some stuff up, you can light some stuff up. Yeah. Pretty cool. So yeah, I think this cage setup is gonna do me right for what I want to do with it. I can hold it, no problem, with the door open. It's not too heavy. It's great. Very, very cool. I don't know, it's probably 10 pounds or less. So that's it. I believe we've done it all for this super cage building unboxing experience. So see you next time on DAHCKRAM Studios. Have a wonderful day.
Please subscribe to DAHCKRAM Studios to see more of our cool videos.